Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. I got my 2003 Jeep TJ in the garage, and today we're going to be doing a vacuum booster, only because my master cylinder has leaked oil into the vacuum booster, and I don't want to risk any issues of replacing the master cylinder than doing the vacuum booster later on, so we're just going to replace her all in one shot, and let's get her done. The hardest part about doing this job is how you're going to remove those brake line nuts. I highly recommend going out, buying the proper flare nut tools or flare nut wrenches to help you get this off. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a world of hurt. And if you strip those fittings, then you're going to be in a deeper hole than what you started off with. I just want to crack them because I need to try to pump out as much oil as I can. So this bottom one is number 11. So this bottom corner one's actually a 13. So if you want to know, you're going to need a whole bunch of wrenches just to get this free, and so little room. Yeah, this one here is not coming out. One flare nut's not coming out, so I'm using some heat, but always use extreme caution so you don't cause a fire. No, the wrench is just actually rounding out. So this is where we don't want to open up a can of worms. So this is the new master cylinder, and it's the exact same. So we're not going to bother messing with that line. I used a midi vac to suck out as much fluid as I possibly could. Made things a lot easier. I also put a rag down because brake fluid will damage your paint very easily. And I'm just unthreading those flare nuts off the lines and moving them out as best as I could. That one line's not going to flex too much because I couldn't get the bottom one loose, and we're not going to fight with it cause further damage. There's actually two sets of nuts I'm removing. The first sets of nuts hold the proportioning valve bracket in place, and then the second set is the one that actually holds the master cylinder. And you gotta take them out very slowly. So now for the secondaries, got one nut. It's already out. And we kind of have to do these in a stage. We get one out a little bit, and then we get more out, and eventually work it off the end. See, I just keep working it out. Move the master brake cylinder forwards. Both nuts are out. I should be able to carefully work this out. Yeah, Brian, we're out. So this is where the fun will begin. Up here, you can see that clip, and then there's 4 nuts. That's what we're going to work on. So we're going to need a tool, and you're going to need to pop that clip up. So that's the clip, kind of damaged it in the process. You want to pry up on this piece here and slide her out. Now I'll go back underneath the camera. There's no room. You can see all 4 nuts are removed, and the arm from the vacuum booster is removed from the brake pedal. With everything disconnected, as you can see, it's very easy to pull the vacuum booster out. Simple. Now I gotta get the vacuum booster rod set up. Now this tool right here would typically work, except in my situation with the design, obviously it will not work. But it's still adaptable. So what I did is that on the short end, I measured it so it would fit on the correct depth for the vacuum booster. That being said, I got my new one here. I just want to unthread that piece carefully. Got a little bit of Loctite on my finger there. I just want to get down on the threads and then start threading her in. So when I set it up, so I got a ways to come up. Just a little bit more. Come down a little bit. Go down a little bit more. Perfect. Now I'm set perfect. Next step, we're going to start installing everything. The master cylinder has to be bled first before it's installed. So I bought this kit. So you find the ones that screw in. You attach those hoses to it, front and rear. And you see it comes with little special clips and the hoses go back in there. Just adding some brake fluid now to top it up, because that's how you bleed it. The master cylinder has to have all the air out. Why this kit didn't come with clear hoses is beyond me, but I'm still going to have to make it work. So now, as you can see, I just put a screwdriver into the rod there, and I'm pushing it back and forth to start working it and bleeding all the air out of the system. Now just putting the brake booster back in. It's super simple, just a matter of making sure you're not going to pinch any hoses and wires you got in the way. Feed her through. Goes in super easy. Double check everything, then go back underneath. You got your 4 bolts. You got the arm that goes on in that special clip. And make sure that special clip is attached in the sense that it's not going to fall off. So make sure that little tab is pointing down, so it makes it almost impossible for it to come off. Moving on to the master cylinder, I got a bled. I just put those rubber plugs in there. They somewhat hold, at least they'll hold enough you can get it on. And of course, as you remember, master cylinder goes in first, and then the proportioning valve bracket goes on the ears of the master cylinder. And it's very important when you're putting it in is to make sure that you're going on that threaded rod. I'm just double checking, making sure that I'm going into that threaded rod, because you don't want to go through all this and find out that you missed the rod and you don't have any brakes. And then I'm just putting a couple nuts on loosely. And now it's time to fit those lines up. You remember the one line I couldn't get loose properly down below. So what I'm doing is that I have to kind of like fiddle with it carefully, not to damage the line. And I need to get the lines started but not tight, because they have to move. So I'm just kind of just threading on just enough that I got some threads to catch it, but not enough to tighten it. So I'm just tightening down these nuts. And then I realized I got to check, make sure I had that gasket in there, because you don't want to bolt it up and realize you didn't put that gasket between the master cylinder and vacuum booster. So once that's all done, master cylinder's tighten up. We tighten up the bracket to the proportioning valve. And then once everything's tightened up, I go ahead and I tighten up all my brake lines that I loosened up. And there's also an electrical connection on the proportioning valve. You'll need to connect that afterwards. I forgot to mention earlier that you need to disconnect that. Actually, you don't, because I left it on there. But in the video, I took it off, in case you're wondering. So all my lines are tight now. Everything's looking good. We got to go about bleeding the system. That's the next thing that we're going to do. So once everything's tight, grab my brake fluid. We're going to fill up the master cylinder. I don't think it really matters if you go above the full mark, because you're just going to be sucking out a bunch of fluid. Now this can be a gatekeeper as well. So when you do bleeding the brakes, you got to start with the brake that's furthest away from the master cylinder, which is passenger rear. So that's the one you got to start with. So I just applied a vacuum, and I'm pulling a bunch of fluid out, and then I'm adding a bunch of brake fluid, because I always pull the most oil out of that one because it's the longest distance. And then after that one's bled through, I go over to the driver's side rear, and then passenger side front. And then driver's side front is the last one that you need to do. After you add oil, you always got to make sure you're checking. Make sure it's add, and then driver's side front is the last one you do. After that, all your brakes are bled, and you're ready to go. So right now I'm just testing my brakes in the alley, make sure they work perfectly, and they do work good. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If any questions, comments, post them below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.